Welcome to our 2022 Wildwood Grand Lodge 42 FLDL. Starting right in the back and center here, we got your cable and satellite inlet. So as you pop that on open, you just get little coax inlets. They'll plug into the respective port and fire up at your TV location. Right around the corner, as well as in each corner of the trailer, you're going to find these stabilizer jacks here. So what they're going to do is just run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so, and that'll just firm it up, get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you have in the unit. Ahead from there, we got your storage compartments here. So inside of here, you're going to find your sewer hose. Just take note of the suit ears and the adapter here. This will be hooking it up to your sewer system. The sewer hose itself, once fully extended, is about 20 feet long. Inside of here, you're also going to find your water hose, and inside of that water hose is a park adapter. So once we get to your short cord there, I'll show you, you do get a 30 amp adapter to go from your 50 down to a 30. And this adapter here will take that 30 down to a 15. So if you're looking to plug in at home to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you've got the power to do so. Also in here, you've got this little jack there, so that'll just fit onto all your stabilizers. Just a standard 3/4 inch end, just allows you to run them up and down. A couple of steps forward, and we got your exterior shower here. So you're gonna get a little key just like this little guy there, and stick it on in and open it on up. You get the standard 3-foot hose with the standard head, hot and cold water, so the dog's out getting muddy, you can spray him out before he gets inside. Then you're just gonna tuck it back away, close it back up, and lock it back down. Down from there, we get your power inlet. So basically, as you pop that on open, you're gonna find a little metal tab in the bottom corner there. It's gonna line up with this metal tab there. You line those up and push it in. Give it a little 1/8 turn, and that'll lock it into place, and then you get the threaded collar in the back there to really lock it down. Following the cord back, you're gonna find a standard 50 amp end there. So some campsites will have that, some won't. So we do provide you with this adapter here. So you can go from that 50 down to a 30. And like I was saying, we do also give you that adapter there to go from that 30 down to a 15. Right beside your power inlet is a black tank flush. So you may notice over time, after having gone and dumped your black tank, your monitor panel is still reading 1/3 or 2/3, whatever it may be. Typically it's just some debris hanging inside of that tank between the probes, just causing that misread. So what you're gonna do is just open up the black valve that we'll show you in a second here. Turn on the water to the hose going into here, and that'll just flush out that tank, getting rid of any sort of debris that could be causing that issue. Straight down from there, we've got all of your drain system pretty well. So on the left here, there's that black valve I was talking about. So that black valve's controlling your black tank. Your black tank is filled from your toilets. That's of course gonna be our dirtiest water. We'll be dumping that first. Your cap, just kind of pressing it in, pulling it off. You can see it's got the same ears that your sewer hose had, so it just attaches the same way. And then you're of course just dumping your hose into whatever drain site you're at. On the left here, you get that gray valve. So that gray valve is controlling the gray tank, which is filled from your bathroom sink as well as your shower. So typically a bit cleaner water than your gray or your black. So you'll dump that second. Right in the back there is no valve on that one there. So that is dedicated to that kind of pre-wired, pre-installed mount for washer and dryer. So if you to go that route, your drain for your washer would be right there. This white one there is your freshwater tank drain. So you open that on up, just drains out your freshwater tank. And just real quickly before we get into that stuff up there, just another drain over here. So this is going to be referred to as your galley. So your galley tank is filled specifically from your kitchen sink, right? It's the same idea. You just get that valve in the front there, so it just drains itself on out. Right, so up from your sewer system was the hot water tank there. So you get your 2 inlet valves there. So if you're looking to winterize the unit yourself, you're just flipping that valve over, just choosing whether or not you're bypassing the tank or of course filling the tank. Your control for turning it on is just inside of the unit. Before we ever turn it on though, we just want to hit this pressure relief valve right there and make sure that bit of water comes out. That bit of water coming out of there is just letting you know that tank is full. It's safe to fire it up and you're not going to burn anything out by doing so. For winter, you of course want that drained out and empty. The drain for that is just that plug right there. You just unwind that out and it drains itself out. Ahead from there, your fresh water inlet. So you're just going to pop that cap out of there and take your water hose and stick it into there, turn on the water, fills up your fresh water tank. Down below that's your city water inlet, so you're just going to take that same water hose and plug it into there, turn on the water, that'll pressurize the lines throughout the unit. Ahead from that, we just get the exhaust to your furnace, so if you're ever running your furnace, just to make sure it's not blocked off, it does get hot. And then all the way down the side of the unit, right down to the front. Sorry, I forgot your stove vent. So of course, propane stove is putting off fumes whenever you're using it, so that vent right there, you can see that flap is currently opened up. Alright, so it just allows our fan inside to evacuate our fumes. If you're getting ready to go traveling, you're just going to push it back into place until you hear it click, just prevent any dust from kicking up in there. And now we can go around to the front. And right down underneath, kind of back on the frame there, you get that little white box. So with that keyway pointed up, that's your battery now turned on. If you're to pull that down, pull it right out of there, that's your battery of course disconnected from the system. So if you're storing the unit, you just want to make sure it's disconnected. Any other time, you just want that turned on. Battery itself is housed inside of this box here, so as long as you're plugged in through that short cord in the back or your 7-pin to your tow vehicle, that battery is charging for you. These 2 knobs there, if you loosen them off and push them back, you get access to your propane valves. For the video, I'll just pull this right off. And then we can show you that changeover in the back there. So it's currently red with the arrow pointing over here, so it's just letting us know we've got no propane in the system. As we open this tank up, it goes green, letting us know there's no propane there. If you were to go red while you got that tank open, it's just letting you know it's of course got an empty tank now. So you're just going to close that off, flip the changeover to point over to the other tank, and run off of this one while you get the other one filled. In front you get the standard tongue jack there, so one way's up, other way's down. And then right around the corner, you get your other stabilizer jack there. Get your patio entrance, so we'll be going in through there in just a minute here. And right behind that you get your exterior speaker, another one kind of towards the back there. Down below that is a cable and satellite outlet, and then below that is a power GFI protected outlet. Right, so if you're looking to have TV outside, you have the power to do so. And then right around the corner, you just get back down to the back of the unit. And so this entrance door right here just leads you into your back bedroom, so nothing really back there to show you right now. So we'll come in the patio door. Your assist handle just pops up 90 degrees and it falls into place. You're grabbing this handle here, pulling straight out, flipping that last step over. The steps in the back just pull out of place, and then their last step will flip over as well. The screen door here, and then the patio door. And so firstly, we're going to come right underneath this cabinet here. You get the one little push button light there, it turns itself on. Then right inside of the entrance, you get your fire extinguisher. So that's standard, pull the pin, point and shoot. And now, right down inside from the entrance, you get that little black box there. That's your LP detector. It's propane's heavier than air. It'll sit on the floor. That guy detects and starts going off just like a smoke detector would. Up from there, you get those 3 switches. We'll show you those once we open up the units here. Light switches down here. So those outside speakers that we've shown you, they do have a little blue light inside of them. So you turn that switch on, turns on that little blue light, just kind of gives them a little accent. Ceiling light right here, you turn that on, just activates the power to this switch. You touch that switch and it'll turn on all of your ceiling lights. Press and hold and all those ceiling lights will dim down. Continue holding it, dims them back up, and just releasing at any point leaves them at the light level that they were at. Slide out switches on the side here, so you press and hold out, and the slides are all on a hydraulic system. They all make their way out together. They're gonna go kind of in the order of least resistance, which typically has been bedroom, kitchen, and living room. Once they're all fully extended, you're going to kind of hear the whine on the motor, and then you'll probably notice the lights dim down a little bit. There we go, so that's the sound that we're looking for there. This light switch up here is your awning light, so as you turn that on, turns on your awning light. We'll show you that once we open up your awning. Then on the far left there, you get that water pump switch, so as you turn that on, turns on your water pump, drawing out of your fresh tank to pressurize your lines. Your monitor system's up top, so you get your battery on the far left there, so you can see you're currently full. As it goes down, you go to a third, and then full. Sorry, empty. Fresh on the left there, so you can see we're currently empty. As you fill that up, goes to a third, 2/3, and full. You have options for black tank 1 and 2. You've only got one black tank hooked up, so you can see you're currently empty there. Then gray, so that's, like I said earlier, is going to be your kitchen sink, or sorry, your bathroom sink and your shower. And then galley there is your kitchen sink. Up top, you get your thermostats. Press that bottom bar there, wakes it up. Then you hit it again, it'll come into fan low. So fan low is just going to run the fan on low. There's no cooling involved, just moving air. Same idea on fan high, so it's just moving air with the high fan, no cooling involved. After that, we can come into cool high. So at this point, the high fan is going to stay on all the time, and the compressor will cut in and out as needed to give you cooling. Same idea on cool low, low fan all the time, compressor in and out as needed. Cool low auto is where it becomes an on-demand system. So this is where both the fan and the compressor will cut in and out as needed, only turning on once it needs to achieve that goal temperature. Same idea on cool high, just now allows it to use the high fan. And now with that air conditioner going, you've got basically 2 different options. You have a set of louvers here. With those closed off as they currently are, you're using all of your ceiling ducting to move your air. Or you can open them up and it'll just dump all of its air into the living room here. So when you first get out to your campsite, you want to open those up, cool off this area as quickly as possible, and then you can close them off and start moving the air throughout. I'll be able to give you a little better of a look at them once we get upstairs into the loft. After cool high auto, if we hit that bar again, it comes down into heat. It'll turn off the air conditioner and turn on the furnace. And the furnace will be moving its air through all of our floor registers. After heat, it comes back down into off, and then it just cycles back around. And then at any point, your temperature selection is just with your arrows there. So the storage underneath here, just be mindful of that drain in the bottom. In the far right corner there, you do have your valve for your ice maker inside of your fridge. So pull it to close, I believe. Up here, get a little bit more storage. Right. Inside of here, you're also going to find a blue binder when you pick up the unit. Inside of that binder, you're going to find all of your owner's manuals, all of your keys, anything like that for the unit, you'll find right in there. Then we get your fridge here, so it's just on a little Velcro travel strap, so we're just going to undo that. And we can open her up. So you get your fridge up top, all your controls across the top there. And then right underneath you get your freezer. So that container, of course, will be for your ice maker. And then right above the microwave, you get a little bit of storage in the back. There's, of course, the plug-in for the microwave itself. The microwave is pretty straightforward, just like home. Just with the addition of your light and your vent. So that's that fan that you want turned on with your vent outside opened up, allowing our fumes to be evacuated. For the stove, it can be a bit finicky, so you want to press that knob in, turn it over to the little blue light, hit it with the igniter, and press and hold. You can see if you release right away, the flame just goes out. So you press and hold for a few seconds, then you can turn it to your desired temperature, which holds itself. And when it comes to doing that, I've noticed that the center one is the most difficult. It takes the longest, it seems. There we go. And the same thing for all three. Okay. Simple as that. And then for your oven, you're going to open that up. You're going to got this knob on the left there. You're going to press it in, turn it over to that igniter. And then in the back, you can see that pilot light gets going. I will just mention real quick that this guy can take a while to fire up. The first time it comes in from the factory, once we've got to clear all the air to the propane lines that first time, it does take about 5 minutes to get it going. So expect that if you know you've just pulled the unit out of storage, expect that it'll be similar. It does take a good couple minutes to fire it up. Once you get that pilot light going though, you can just turn it up to your desired temperature, and she does just fire right up. Once you're done, you're turning it back down to pilot. It'll hold just the pilot light for us. But if we're leaving or traveling the unit, or if we're leaving the unit for a while or going traveling, we just want to make sure that's right off. And on the right side there, you get your timer. So you just turn that, and you get a digital readout there. Lets you know where you're at. Get your storage up here. A little bit more on the side there. Underneath the cabinets, you get a little light, and then you got all your drawer storage down here. At the end of your island, you get a little switch here, so that turns on a little night light all across the bottom. Then your storage all across the sky as well. Of course, being mindful of our drains and our water lines. Now in the sink, you get your dual basin. The sink cover is stainless, so if you need to put something hot on there, you can. Hot and cold water, of course, and you do also get the mobile head with the shower head feature. Pantry on the side here. So you do also get that little garbage bin down there as well. Your entertainment area, just a little bit of storage up top. And right in the back left corner behind the TV here, you got your power outlet on the left, cable and satellite in the middle, and you leave your antenna on the right. TV itself pretty straightforward, and then you get that accent light there, just right across the bottom. Your stereo, power button turns it on. So really it is rather straightforward. You get your mode, you can cycle through all of your modes, you get select, you can get through all of your settings. Volume controls on the side there, and your pause and your seeks on the side. Zone 1 is going to be your soundbar itself. Zone 2 is the outside set of speakers. Fireplace below it's the power button on the right there. Center right, you have your flame color. In the middle, you have that bottom illumination. The left, you get your heat, so you get off, low, and high. And then on the far left, you get a timer of 30 minutes up to 9 hours. Power button, turn it back off. And then around the front, you can see you just get that one emergency exit right in the front there. So those two red tabs, you're going to pinch them in together, you slide it up, and you get your emergency exit. The blinds throughout the unit are all just these slow rise blinds. They just kind of sit wherever you leave them. To send them back up, you just give them that little snap. Up they go. The couch here does fold out, so you can see it's currently set up as a couch. For the bed, you're just going to pull the back cushions off, pick up the base, fold these legs out. Take that bottom piece and fold it on over, and there's your bed. Once you're done, you're just flipping this back up, pick up the foot and fold the legs back in. and then in half it falls into place. The cushions are all just on Velcros, so they're just gonna clip back into place. Simple as that. In the slide out here, you get 2 light switches right in the center there. So left is left, right is right. Then in your recliners, their triggers are just on the outsides. You get your cup holder as well as a little bit of storage there. Emergency exit, so you're pulling that red tab towards you, slide the window open, hop on out. Your dinette, pretty straightforward. All of the chairs get their own travel straps. And now into the hallways. These are the 3 light switches that we talked about earlier. So the one on the left there does your pendant light over top of your island. The one on the right does your accent lights over your slides. And then the big 120 switch, you can turn that on. It's your ceiling fan. So at your ceiling fan, you have that little chain there. So you pull that chain, that's just your speed selection. I believe it's 1 through 4. And then on the other side, you get a little switch, just chooses whether you're pushing the air down or pulling it up. And then right down into the hallway, you get the light switch and the staircase. That does your staircase light as well as your hallway lights. Then up in the hallways here, we have your awning switch. So you press and hold extend, and that awning makes its way out. Once that awning's fully extended, we're going to see a little white flap come down as well as the black and metal tube. Once you see that, you're going to want to stop. If you were to continue extending, it can actually wind itself up backwards, in which case the fabric will be underneath our tube, allowing it to then hold water, accelerating the growth of mold and mildew. So there's our flap there, so we'll stop. Now if it were to start raining, it's of course going to hold some water anyways. So what you're going to do is grab either arm, front or rear, and you're just going to pull down on it. And you can see that changes the pitch of the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. If you like that angle better, because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with the arm at the back. Before we bring it back in though, we just want to make sure these guys are back out fully extended, just so that we don't run the risk of bending them. And then we can press and hold the track, the awning makes its way back in. Again, we're just watching that our fabric is over top of the tube. And the last thing you want to keep in mind with your awning is that it does catch a lot of wind. So once you get up to about 15, 20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in. Again, just so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. There you go. So now we'll go into the bathroom here. Inside, your light switch is right up on the wall there. Okay. Hot and cold water at the sink, of course. A little bit of storage down below as well as on the side. GFI protector outlets on the left side here, so your test is on the bottom, reset up top. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Shower here, so the travel latch is actually going to be right inside in the back corner. So you're just going to push the little slider back and you can open it on up. You've got the same travel latch there as well. And then in the shower, you get the stainless head and hose with the shower head with the kind of different selectable jetted features, as well as your hot and cold water. Storage in the back here. Inside of that storage compartment, you're going to find that switch for your water tank. So just turn that switch on, turns on your hot water tank. A little bit more storage down below, and then down below that is just a return air for your furnace. So you just want to make sure it's not blocked off. And your toilet just flips on open. You get your flusher on the right side. And then straight up the wall from there, you get your kind of vent control. So you're just going to turn it on. You can press and hold open. And that vent opens itself up. Once it's fully open, you're going to hear that motor whine and then stop in place. There you go. Now if you're to turn it off, you cannot open or close, so you just gotta make sure that it's turned on before you try to do it. Same thing once it's closed, it just kind of stops automatically. And if you look up through this grill here, you can just kind of see as it opens and closes. Central vac down here, so your power button's just on the left there. Just turn that switch on, turns it on. Then you get your slider here, that's where you'll attach your hose. We'll show you your hose in just a minute here. That was what's inside that box under your bed there. Slider on the side there, if you push that over, you can open it up, you get access to your bag. And on this side here is just kind of a dust pan eliminator, so as you open that up, you can just sweep any sort of dust up here, turn it on, just sucks it all up for you. Then we'll go up the stairway into your little loft here. So you get your light switch just on the side there. And your emergency exit right beside it. So you're pulling that red tab, you're to the screen. This handle here, you're just grabbing, throwing it outside and hopping on out. And kind of in the back corner there, you get a little bit of storage space, USB outlet and a power outlet. Privacy curtain that'll go all the way around. And then up on the wall there, you do get a TV backer with a power outlet and a cable and satellite outlet for it as well. The other side is pretty well identical, just obviously double wide. You get the same sort of light just up on the wall there. You get the same emergency exit, power outlet, and a USB outlet back there as well. Same emergency exit. TV backer, power outlet, and the unit is also pre-wired for Wi-Fi. Then right up here we can show you the kind of louvers. So that basically does just slide, opens it on up, right? So this is where I was saying downstairs, once you have that AC running, you can open it up, just dumps all of its air here, close it off, and it starts using the ducting. This is the one that'll be referred to as your rear AC, and just show you the little bit of storage here as well. So now making our way down, and we'll head into the back bedroom here now. Straight through the door and then up on the wall. Your light switch there. Right up above that is going to be your rear AC's thermostat. So same controls, pressing the bar, you get your fan low, high, cooling. All the same, just doesn't go into heat, just comes back to off, so it does not communicate with your furnace. A little bit of closet space here for now. If you were to go with a washer and dryer setup, it does get installed kind of right behind there. It is all pre-set up for it. And then your closet space is back here. The drawer underneath it, a little bit of storage. This drawer also gives you access to your water pump. So you have this little ear on the side there. This one pushes down, the other side pulls up. Your dad disconnects it, you can pull it straight out of there. It gives you access to your water pump for winterizing. Bit more storage down below. In the head of the bed, each person gets their own little reading light there. In the center, there's also another little light there. Same light on the far side. Across the top is just open storage. And if you pick up the foot of your bed, you get access to that storage compartment. So you can see that box there does contain your central vac hoses. Then up on the wall here, we get your cable and satellite outlet on top. Down below that's your antenna outlet. For turning that antenna on, you just hit that button there because that gives you that green light letting you know antenna is turned on. And your power outlet there as well. A bit more storage space. And then just on the left side there, we've got your converter. So you press the top and center and it pops on open. You get all of your breakers across the top there. Whenever a breaker breaks, it's going to sit in the middle. So just turn it off and then back on to reset it. Then on the right side, you get all of your fuses. Whenever a fuse pops, you'll get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. Then lastly, just have the emergency exit in the back. So the red tabs pull towards yourself. The whole window will swing on out, hop on out. And I do believe that is about it for this unit. So if you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.